Hey everyone, it's Michael and welcome back for this new video. So I have a cat and she's one of the most beautiful things on earth, obviously. Let me present to you Pitchoune. And sometimes we can not only say that she is a cat, she may transform as a princess too. And like every day, she is crying for her food and maybe she doesn't care about it, but I think that the packaging is not that attractive. But anyway, she is eating, so maybe it only bothers me, but that's why I kind of want to change that. So first of all, I did some researches on internet about cat food packaging. And you can see that on almost every packaging, there is a cat photo on it. Well, this is normal, but what about those colors? Purple, yellow, blue, pink, that is apparently mostly for kittens. And even black and white that are for premium cats. Like human, I guess. But never mind, because since I'm talking about women in print design history, let's take obviously a woman as an inspiration. And I already talked about her. And maybe you understood who that is, because who is the packaging boss in here? This is obviously Louise Philly, which is a New York-based designer, and she has built an entire career around creating elegant and typographically rich packaging for food brands like jams, cookies, tea, wine, and even restaurants. But always with a refined touch of European Art Deco and of course Italian style. And she founded her studio in 1989, where she became a packaging boss, winning lifetime achievement awards like AEJI medal and being included into the Art Directors Hall of Fame. But if you want to know more about her, I obviously invite you to watch my previous video. So now that we have our inspiration, it is time to know some rules about creating the packaging. Packaging has one main job, which is to attract the audience, protect the product, and of course tell the brand story. And always think that packaging may be the first thing your audience will see about your brand. So you obviously have to ask yourself, who is your product for? Is it for kids or for luxury clients? And also, where will it be sold? Is it in a supermarket or on an online shop? And what feeling should it give? Is it trust, elegance, fun maybe? Note that you have some information to who you should do it and where should it be. It's time to imagine your packaging. And you have to understand that a packaging is on a 3D form because it will be real, it will be material. So maybe it's time to do some mockups or at least know which format you should go with. So maybe it will be a bag, maybe a box, or a bottle. Then when you have the format, you should design with the grids of the package in mind. You should think about the front, the back, the sides, and even the top or bottom if you need to. And always leave a space for mandatory information, like for example the ingredients or some specific information that you should give to your consumer. So here is a tip that I understood after so many mistakes, is that before sending it to a professional or finalize your ideas, you should print your mockup to see if everything fits together and if it does work and change maybe some things. Because it's always important to, well, have the right packaging with the right infos at the right space. But before printing anything, you should think about the text, because it will be the first informations your consumers will look at if they want to have a clearer idea of what you are selling. So first of all, choose maximum 2 fonts, like for your brand or your logo typography, and another typo for your info. And don't forget to use hierarchy with, for example, brand name, product name, key benefits, and details, like for example, the ingredients or the calories. And of course, keep your body text readable with minimum 6 or 8 points for your labels. And finally, watch your contrast, because your text should always be readable no matter the color of the background. And speaking of colors, it will be the first thing that the consumer will see around all of the competitors. So they should be impactful visually and emotionally. And you can use different colors to differentiate your different flavors, for example, but limit your palette to 2 to 4 shades for clarity. But think about the psychology of colors that I already talked about in a previous video. But for example, red will mean appetite and passion, green will be more organic and natural, and black will be luxury and premium, as we already seen. And some tools can help you, like Adobe Colors or colors.co and Color Hunt. So when you have your formats, your colors, and your typo, it is time to add some illustration or textures. So there is many possibilities about it. For example, you can take a photo of your product to show what's inside the packaging to your consumers. Or you can add patterns or icons for more personality, like flowers or geometric forms. And finally, the texture is really important because it will be the first thing your consumer will touch before touching the product. So your packaging will be matte, glossy, or maybe a little bit of texture on it. So you can think about it and print many prototypes before choosing your right packaging. And finally, when you have everything done, it's time to check and export your design. But before sending it to print, you have to ask yourself, can I tell what the product is in 3 seconds? Is it still recognizable from the competitors? And does it match the brand personality? Here are some questions that you can ask yourself at the end and maybe change some things. Then you can export it in PDF with the right colors and the right formats. And don't forget to include bleed or crop marks, which is usually 3 millimeters. And then you have your packaging. So now it's time for me to do exactly what I just said. So I will obviously start with a mood board to have some ideas of what I want to create. So once again, based on Louis Philip's work, I created this mood board with, of course, a lot of colors and geometric forms. And I choose to go with red and yellow. These two are associated to generate hunger, so people will instinctively go at this restaurant or fast food. So maybe Pitchoune will like that too. But before designing anything, I need some pen and papers and start my sketches. So my first idea was to create a packaging with Pitchoune face on it, like all the others. But even though she is perfect, she may not have a career as a model. Here's why. But never mind, since Louis Philippe is usually using geometric forms and typography on her packaging, I think I will stick to that too. And at this point, it's always hard for me to choose the right colors, so I usually change a lot of ideas. But this combination of colors really made me think about mustard. These colors are kind of the same colors as the mustard of Dijon. But never mind, let's trust the process. Okay, so I'm not done with the designs. And it's time to bring them to life. And as you know, I love to do everything by the books and follow the rules. So of course I have the right measurements tools. Well, this is something that I learned about printing. It that at first try it may not be that perfect. So let's print everything again. So I'm done with the designs, and like the posters in the previous video, well, I must say that I did a little bit more work. So let's see if our main character liked the design or not. But before, don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time.